Even zooming in. Hey, kindness starts here. This your girl Quill, the one that keeps it real with that trill to give you a thrill. That is beauty filled with looks that can kill. Hey, let me turn down TV. Goodness. I didn't even hear that. Thank you for the first like bonus blessings. Hi. Hey, hey, hey. Are you back? Thank you for the second like, and may God bless you just for that. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the God's Kingdom of Tarot Show. Tarot Show. Better act like you know. So, God, lets people do things to you, because they need to know what they did, Because sometimes God could get in the position where God would just kill them off and then let you live your life because they saw how dirty that person was going to do you. But sometimes God lets them do that dirty thing to you so they can know what they did, so they won't die wondering like, I don't know what I did so wrong. They were just mean to me, they just killed me. No, they got to live with that shit. So I'm gonna start off with my motherfucker that can't keep a partner ass motherfucker. So a lot of them are having to face this, not being able to keep a partner and shit like that. Egging, but the one pigging ass motherfucker. So it's a fat ass motherfucker in our energy. Probably a fat ass Ursula looking motherfucker. Oh, you steady trying to fuck with my shit. Y'all steady trying to fuck with my shit. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I'm gonna still be here. Okay. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. If y'all new here, welcome. Thank you so much for trusting me to be a reader. I hope that you consider and decide to subscribe. Join this tribe, this kingdom of God. We are building here through tarot. Yes, through tarot. I'm reading this one. Say a stinking ass bitch. Okay, they gonna all. So some of them probably already have this odor because there's a odor of death. That circulate certain people, and especially when they did wrong, it will circulate certain people. But sometimes those who even get to smell it are also being warned about something, or should they pay attention to that as well, because if you get to smell that, that means it is probably close to you as well. So keep that in mind, or they need to keep that in mind. I don't know who watching me. Caught in my pussy ass motherfucker. Yeah, so they ain't gonna be able to keep a partner because they can't put it down, but this is like word on the street. Like people could be saying this about you, but I'm kind of reading it from the perspective that, we're describing kind of people who are in this energy, or, like who you probably experienced things with, and, like God, and you was wondering why they karma didn't come or not, as well, and then you will see later, God has a funny way of doing things. Okay. And everybody's my bro or sis ass motherfucker. So a bro or sis could be here as well, or like in this energy where they're trying to bring up something. Names are very important right now, and a lot of people probably do this because of how things get dispersed. I think I'm late to the party, but I think it's for a reason. The reason why I'm saying this mainly because, Michael Jackson wasn't really a Jackson. And I think everybody knows that. And I think I'm late to the part. He wasn't really a Jackson. He was actually a foster kid and adopted. He actually had a twin, a girl twin, who was adopted as well. So now we have two people in the system, right? And now they're living with families. They're calling bro and sister, stuff like that. That's where a lot of that stuff originates from as well. But yeah, and Michael Jackson is very pissed because he left all his wealth and fortune to his mother, and his mother was behind a lot of things. I'm not gonna get into it too much, but you know what you're doing, and that's why she the one still living right now. Joe is gone. And she's the one still living right now because she has to face what the fuck she did. Michael, come through. Michael Jackson, come through. Thank you for the third like. May God bless you just for that. Who got custody of Michael Jackson's kids after Michael Jackson died? Why not their mother? Why not their mother? And then she knew that Michael Jackson was going to leave her all that type of stuff and still did something to expedite it. And then the kids that they have, there's a rumor going around that they not his kids because they not. They not. She hooked up. Look at who Debbie was. Look what Debbie looked like. Compare her to Lisa Presley. Just one of Michael Jackson's partners. Does it look like Michael Jackson would do something? Come on now. Come on. So God letting them live because they're going to face it. And when I was looking up the stuff like about Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson was giving me the downloads, it was, you know how like they have suggestion questions on Google that says like based on what you search, it'll give me something else. And it said, how much did Michael Jackson mom get? And Michael Jackson was so pissed, you know, because he knows the amount and stuff like that. And he didn't want me to even look because it made him piss all over again. It made his blood boil. He's like, I left you all of that money. You're not even my motherfucking mama. So some of y'all foster families are eating off your shit. And they ain't even your blood. They talking about hidden inheritance. That's what it is. They be knowing where y'all originally come from or not. They know nobody coming looking for y'all. Michael Jackson was known as only a Jackson, right? Why? Thank you for the fourth like, and may God bless you just for that. Hi, y'all. Hi, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in today. Why was he just known as a Jackson? And think about it. It wasn't Jackson 5, including a girl, right? It was all boys. There was a ploy there. And Michael Jackson is pissed because he genuinely left his mother all that money because he thought she earned it. She could do something for her. I mean, she would be the best person to do something with it, but the worst person. It's like telling a friend a secret. Thank you for running down on me with heart. Telling a friend a secret. And that friend using that secret against you. You told this friend you was related to a certain bloodline. This friend took that to heart. Or this friend took somebody's words to heart and killed your relative. Some of them even thought that you were going to sleep with their husband or slept with their husband based on information, assumptions they gathered, evidence they gathered, rumors they're hearing and shit. They killed you before that. I used to live with this family. And every person that died, like, so if a man died in that family, it was something like the woman went missing, especially if she wasn't married. Because you know why? You know why? Somebody in the family married them. And they don't want that to be found out. So sometimes people change their names when people die. They change their name to the person that died. It gets deep. It gets deep. And y'all know what Michael Jackson's mom original name is? Screws. She was born to screw people over. Names are significant. And people get put into the system, take over the name, so it never looked like they were from this family bloodline. But this family be knowing, and they be eating. Watch these motherfuckers in the system and shit like that. So y'all feel like everybody y'all bro or sister, or somebody feels like everybody they bro or sister, because it probably is. You meet somebody, they feel like your brother, it probably was. But we don't know. They give people have babies, and then they have husbands that leave for a certain amount of time, and then they come back with babies. I mean, the husband come back, and then there's a baby. But they've been plotting that shit. Because what I know about foster families, thank you for raining down on me with the laugh. What I know about foster families, sometimes like when there's like a drug baby who is inside of a drug mother, sometimes if, the foster care system has to get involved, that foster mother would end up being there like as if she's the one pregnant. She going to ultrasounds and shit like that. Yeah, I know where the fuck that came from, motherfucker. You ain't fooling me, okay? Who child is that? Who child is that, Scorpio? Know who the fuck I'm talking about. Now you're trying to fuck with my shit. But I said what I got to say. I could get off it right now if I wanted to. And I know what you said, or your higher self said, Catherine. Once I found it out, she said, damn, she's good. Damn, she's good. Damn, she's good. Damn, she's right. A lot of these mothers, these matriarchs be killing these baby mamas and then taking over the fucking kids or the baby daddies. And then taking over the kids. But they be planning. Well, I started telling that story because they be planning. So when this husband come back, like by the time that husband come back, she probably already told him that I'm pregnant because she going to these doctor's appointments and shit. And then by the time the husband come back, there's a baby now. But he knew she was pregnant. Yeah, I see through all y'all bullshit. I'm flying, motherfucker. I'm flying. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what y'all try to do to me. You ain't done it yet. So obviously you can't do it. The beast is gone though. There's this other family who took over a family's name because they don't want to be associated with that because they know where it came from. It came from incest. The daughter was the mother of the whole damn family. A beast. The beast is dead, though. The beast is dead. So give me my motherfucking Clark name back, motherfucker. Y'all not Clarks. Y'all not Clarks. I knew it. I knew it. I'm like, Clarks don't fucking act like this. Y'all beast. Y'all act like beast. Half of y'all gay. That's why y'all with these toxic ass bitches for all these years. Y'all claim to not be with no more because y'all gay. Y'all just need to look like y'all straight. We see through it. Mississippi is significant. You insensitive fuck. Insensitive fuck. But I'm glad you got to tell her. I'm glad you got to tell her how beautiful she was. Turned out to be. But I hope they serve you up a good one if they haven't already for what you said. Because I would never get into bed with you, motherfucker. Raymond. You know who the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah, y'all been trying to kill me all my motherfucking life. Didn't even know. I know nothing. But they had me in rooms. God had me in rooms. Because God said they're going to live with this shit. They're going to live with this shit. They're going to see this shit. So, hopefully that made sense and probably gave you guys some clarity on some shit. You know, if you've been wondering about some stuff, look there. Look in those areas and avenues. I bet you'll find something. Motherfuckers have two last names and then they take one off. Yeah, pay attention to that. I can't go nowhere without someone else's hair on my head as motherfucker. So you got these type of people dealing with that. And, you know, like, that's probably even part of their punishment. They won't ever be blessed with hair. Your head is connected to God. A sign of atonement is when God makes you cut your hair. God is going to convince you to cut your hair, even if you don't want to. If you need to be punished. See, you got to walk around and live with that. God don't want to kill you just yet. But God knows what you covet. God would Delilah you, okay? But God knows that ain't where your power is. That ain't where it resides. So God is trying to give you another chance, or somebody another chance. Sorry. I don't mean to speak at y'all like that, but um, I'm not feeling too well. I don't know if y'all can hear it. And they told me to use it because, like, I don't know if y'all seen the movie Matilda. There was a part in the movie where she was practicing her power. She just learned how to do telekinesis. And one of her triggers was, if you get raged as well. So I've been saying a lot of rageful things lately. People will even comment and say, like, I'm angry and stuff like that. It's because, my power is, it's like turning on the faucet to high or whatever. It's like that. So on this Matilda scene, she was practicing her power. She was trying to practice closing the door with telekinesis. And she kept saying something to her dad. She said, "Dad, yell at me, say anything to me," or something like that. And like, make me mad or something like that. And then so he was like, I'll give you something to, and then he started walking towards the door, and she closed the door because she used her rage as well. So that could be significant for you guys, using your emotions, like not letting it get you down in the depth, because I'm doing all of that while sitting here, motherfucker. Okay. I came up with all that while sitting here. Okay. I did so many they gave me so many downloads, my head was hurting for stuff like this. Because people really end up growing up in a system when they don't have to. Because greedy people. And now these people end up probably on drugs and shit like that when they had a whole life ahead of them. A motherfucker who's always judging you when you are doing shit they wouldn't dare do, okay? So a lot of them don't even, this is giving me like a lot of them ain't gonna be able to be successful. Or people like this, like every time they start something, they never finish it, not even on their own volition. It's because God cursed them. God cursed them. Like in the Garden of Eden, they said it was a curse from Eve. But God really promised it, because that's how it's naturally gonna work. Karma is natural. Naturally responds to what happens. Hit me. Anyway, they've been trying to find so many ways to get in my apartment. They just gonna have to throw it on the tab. Okay. I don't want nobody in my apartment right now. Okay. I don't want nobody here. Okay. And always changing their number for no reason, ass type of motherfucker, no stability. Guys having them live with no stability and shit like that, wondering, all right, bitch, okay? Or they gonna always be paired because they say can't keep a partner. They're always gonna be paired with somebody who's always looking elsewhere. You're never enough. You're never even the new shiny toy that motherfuckers talk about all the time or play with all the time. Someone's name could be Andy. I am a victim ass motherfucker, okay? So, I even feel like some of their punishment, they're going to be a victim of a crime they try to set you up for. Like, a lot of people have been set up with car accidents. Angie Stone could be close to you, Angel, right now. Like car accidents and stuff like that, become a victim of something. Because God is trying to stop the whole thing from happening. And they'll take out that queen bee, that matriarch, that patriarch. That is mainly the men were sleeping with their daughters, but at one point in time, the woman started, being forthcoming with that, because they started developing this weird ass love for their dad. Okay, weird ass love, perverted love for their dad. It became lustful. That's where the Jezebel spirit, as they call it. I think differently about it, because Jezebel was Jezebel. She was just pretty, and people assumed that she wanted to sleep with their husband because she was so pretty. And I did do a reading in the past that said moms are dissociating with their daughters in fear of them taking their partner, or, incest, or, because of incest. And it's coming back out right now too. So check out the reading if you're interested in that, and some of this triggered you, and, you want to know more, because they're hiding us. They're hiding a lot of information from us and hurting us. It ain't enough that they're hiding shit from us. It ain't enough that we're blind to their shit. They're hurting us too. So we got to be vigilant. Speak up. I have mommy issues as motherfucker. Somebody mama. See? God is letting them live with it. She thought she was going to die and they weren't going to say nothing. Thought of her as Sweet Catherine. I bet you. If Michael Jackson had to go out with a fucked up ass reputation, you damn sure better go out with one. Or something attached to his name because he had a good reputation overall, but people try to tarnish it. And I wouldn't be surprised if you had a hand in putting bugs in people's ears. See, look how mamas do it. No, I wouldn't be surprised it's true. You was putting bugs in people's ear. You knew how he grew up. I had a similar situation happen to me. And that's why I knew, like, immediately when I heard the story from Michael Jackson, without knowing any background or anything like that, it wasn't true. But I didn't even know Michael Jackson was a fucking foster kid. It makes fucking sense. And don't let all the other Jacksons be the real person, because the Jackson 5 kept coming out in my reading recently. They all ganged up on him because he wasn't the real Jackson. But he made y'all Jackson. He made Jackson worth listening to. Y'all do him like that. Well, look why Joe was beating his ass. He not blood. That's why. I used to think Joe used to beat his ass because Catherine did some cheating behind his back. But nah, this makes more sense. Because both of the parents are guilty now. It ain't just Joe. See, she tried to just throw the man under the bus. She don't give a fuck about nobody else. This is Michael coming out. I know it is. I know it is. I feel like that with my adopted family. And I was going to give her everything. And I told her, I said I was going to buy her a house. When I left, she did not want to let me go because she was holding on to that promise because she know I would do it. But she been trying to kill me too. So it could look like she was related to me because she on my birth certificate and shit. It's going to all go to her. I ain't stupid, bitch. Not on this watch. You not coming up on me. Okay? Y'all cockeyed motherfuckers ain't coming up on me, motherfuckers. Okay? Make your own name because y'all ain't shit. None of y'all shit. None of y'all graduated high school. Ain't shit because you're having babies. I know about it all. That's why you don't get along with your big sisters. Because one of your big sisters is probably your mama. You don't get along with them. They think you're trying to take their fucking daddy or something. Take their mama even. They was married. Anyway, who raised this motherfucker? See, where y'all raised is very significant. Some of y'all have no memory of ever having a different name. And y'all did. Because they wiped it. They wiped your memory. MK Ultra, conspiracy theory type of shit? Yes. But yeah, I'm about to get off. I'm not going to do too much because I already see y'all fucking with it because I'm telling this shit, all right? You ain't stopping this shit now. You've been coming after me and I wasn't even trying to tell nothing. I will hide away from telling shit. Especially big shit that would get me targeted. I don't give a fuck no more. Target me, okay? Because guess who walks with me? I'm going to lure your ass right here where God is, okay? Greedy ass motherfuckers. See, I told y'all they greedy. They got to be greedy because they ain't got shit. They ain't shit. They ain't worth shit. They name ain't worth shit. Then they get these kids in the system. And then these kids in the system create their name that they've been trying so hard to do. I'm not fucking stupid. A motherfucker you swipe left on, they ugly. And you probably was a belle. You was just a belle. Whether you're a man or a woman, you was just a belle. And they ugly. And they feel intimidated by you. Bull full of shit ass motherfucker. I told y'all. I just said something like that. Yeah, it's bullshit. Bullshit. Catherine's bullshit. He calling you Catherine right now. And I'm adopted, if y'all know. And it was about abusive family. I shared a few things with y'all just now. But, you know, when I used to get mad at her, because I used to call her mama. And, you know, it used to kind of hurt me sometimes because I knew my mom, you know, and my mom passed on. And like when I used to get mad at her, you know, like I used to say Deborah, and she used to know I'm mad at her, and then she'll hit me in my chest a lot. She'll hit me in my chest, you know, when she know I'm mad at her, you know, like why are you mad that I'm mad at you? But I'm just calling you Deborah. You lost the title of mama because you're not acting like a mama. And then she would make up in her head that I go around telling people she not her mama. I'm not her. She not my mama. And I used to be kind of ashamed that I was a foster kid, you know, because of how they treated me. And then in turn, because they didn't take care of me, people used to tease me about my shoes, my clothes, my hair, and all that type of shit. And I shit on all of you guys now. All of you. I see that demon up in you. Just sitting there, looking all sucked out. Anyway. But, you know, like when I got mad at her, I used to call her her mom. I mean, her name. And she hated it. Because she knew, like, I was like, pissed at that point. But I didn't hit her. I didn't do nothing to her. She was putting it all on me. Michael Jackson probably did a similar thing. Y'all motherfucking ass. Because he was smarter than y'all even gave him credit for. Y'all just looked at him as the star. Y'all just looked at him as a star that just performed like he's just some fucking entertainer. But he's not just an entertainer. He had a mind. He's a Virgo. I'm not surprised. But y'all overshadowed that. Y'all hated that. That's why y'all had to take him out. And that's a perfect example of what I'm saying in this reading. God will let things go through. Because when Michael Jackson passed on, I always believe God took him like he did Enoch. And while that is partially true, God's way of taking him is letting him be killed. Knowing he got a tour and shit. Knowing all that. He knows the value in Michael. He was like, well, y'all gonna pay for this shit and y'all ain't getting y'all money back. I mean, some people got their money back, but he was so good, people wanted to just keep the ticket. Didn't care about the performance. They didn't do that for him. And that's why he was thrown under the bus like that. Y'all fucked up. Whoever was a part of that, whoever knew that, y'all fucked up. And he pissed. Y'all imagine Michael Jackson mad because he didn't know he had to be. But sometimes he did. He wrote that song with Janet Jackson, Scream, and shit like that. Juicy fruit, but it's not cute, okay? But I'm about to go. I already see y'all fucking with it. I said what I said, though. So, whatever. A motherfucker that never has a motherfucker's back. Yeah, these people were turning on you and shit like that, and God let it go through. God knew this motherfucker never had your back. When my dad got killed, he was with a guy. And the guy left him. He was gunned down. But the guy that was with him, he was actually reporting back to somebody who needed to know more information about my mom. He was reporting back to somebody. So they went on this trip. And so they went on this trip to visit my mom. And my mom was in another state, Mississippi. And right now, at this moment in time, my mom it was understood that my mom was dead at that time. But she didn't die until my dad died. They died together. And the guy that was with my dad, his friend, he was reporting back to somebody. He actually did all the shit. And everybody was wondering when he came back, why you didn't help him, why you leave him like that and stuff like that. Why would he? If that's your friend and shit, y'all in another fucking state, why would you leave your friend? And then how did they know about my mom? Because you were reporting back. And it's all up to interpretation with me. Because my dad is giving me this information. My mom is too. And it's like pulling teeth with them. Because like they're trying to hide. They don't want to be in trouble. Like, believe it or not, my dad and my mom are scared of me for some reason. I don't know why, but They don't want to be in trouble by me, but they know like how they had an impact on my life and how I grew up. They knew that. So they try to kind of keep things under wraps. And I'll be like, why you didn't tell me? And stuff like that. So Scorpio is very significant as well. But you're like, why you didn't tell me? Because now it got me, thinking this, like, and I don't like to present nothing like this until I know for sure, until I could speak on it confidently. You don't know if you didn't really learn something unless you could teach it, right? So unless I can speak to you like I'm teaching you, if I was, I don't really want to say it. So the things that are coming out, like, they have to be coming from him or her, but that's something. It could be something significant about somebody's mom or how they ended up in a system in the first place. And even like addressing what people may feel like, like maybe feel like their mom left them, abandoned them. There was a reason why, my mom was even there in the first place, and she had to act like she was dead because people were around her. She got hit in front of a car, hit by a car in front of me and stuff like that. They made many death attempts on my mom's life in front of me. So while I'm in foster care, she tries to run for her life, basically. And she tried to hide that from me because I talk about her. If y'all now new here, thank y'all so much for coming back and trusting me to be your reader, God and Goddess. But and if y'all new here, welcome. But like, y'all see how much, like, or in the past, how much I would speak about her, like how highly I speak of her, because she did give me those experiences, So she was scared to find out. She was scared that I was going to find out that she left me, basically left me. But knowing how understanding I am, I didn't look at it like that. As a kid, I always thought about my mom's needs first, even if it meant at the expense of myself. So, yeah, so sorry, I'm trying not to cry. But yeah, so she was trying to hide that fact from me. But her giving me that fact gave me more information to what actually happened. And because my mom was treated like, she calls everybody bro and sis, because my mom was also adopted. So she didn't know her original family. Or she did. She ended up finding them. Like I ended up finding out my original family later on. But no one ain't. Anyway. But yeah, and I grew up, and then I just found out I grew up around my original family, playing with them and everything. Like I knew who they were. And yeah, so earlier I was talking about how these families be getting rid of the baby mom, or the baby dad especially. And I just told y'all the story about my mom and my dad. They weren't married. Yeah, so I'm gonna just leave it here, y'all. I can't do no more. And I already know they're messing with it, so a lot of this stuff I keep to myself because I don't think it's gonna mean anything anyway. Like it's not gonna mean anything. It's not gonna get to the people who really need it. Like I'm putting myself out of the line for nothing. But yeah, let me get these last one. Wanna be humble bitch ass motherfucker. And again, keeping this in mind, they could be saying that about you. But y'all probably are humble. Y'all came from humble beginnings. Okay? Michael Jackson worked so hard. He was working all his life since he was 5 years old. Why was he working so hard? It was instilled in him, that grit. Thank you for the 6 like, and may God bless you just for that. It was instilled in him. He knew. But his body just knew. He didn't know. He wasn't aware of it. Our body records everything. Our body was there and witnessed us being born. Who was in the room, who was around at the beginning parts of our life. Our body knows that. We don't switch a body. Our body just grows. So it records all that information. Danced all the time. And I came up with, like, now they call it somatic workouts and shit like that. But I came up with this thing called trauma workout because I studied how Michael Jackson would do. I looked at how he moved every part of his body. And I knew from that moment, Joe had just, made him go through a rough childhood, or, stardom, being a child star made him have a rough childhood. So I'm like, I put that together as trauma. I'm like, that's probably why he's always so calm and nice and stuff like that. He's nothing like, he don't wear his scars or anything like that because he's working out all that trauma all the time. And so, like I said, his body is trying to dispel those toxins. His body remembers everything, and stuff like that. But it still takes on the characteristics of what you have to be to survive that type of life as well. So, hopefully I did you justice. Michael Jackson. Y'all know me. I love me some Michael Jackson. I don't like when people talk shit about Michael Jackson. I didn't know half of what I just said today. Half about Michael Jackson when I felt this way. See, my body knows. Like a whale. I used to go with them ass motherfucker. Okay. So I'm see somebody trying to eat off your fucking clout. Some of y'all on TV and shit, they like, I used to go with them. Adina Howard could be significant. Diana as well. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, and the Howard name is very significant. Jordan, okay. Barrett, Clark, Beasley, Lindsay, Lee, Basham, Miller, Jackson, Johnson are all significant names. Yeah, y'all nothing to me. Nothing. They wanted me, my foster family wanted me to mention them. No, y'all nothing to me. Nothing. Y'all don't exist to me. Y'all see, y'all trying to eat off my fucking clout. And I ain't even got no fucking clout. I got 4 people up in here. Thank y'all so much for your time. I appreciate that. But it's been riddling between 4 and 1. Because they fucking with it. I used to raise them. And then another thing they would do, some people would plan this stuff so well out with a baby mama, a baby daddy. It's like, so say if, so this is what my adopted mom did. I'm going to just use this because I be so hesitant about that because people think, well, all I say is all I know. No, it's not. Okay. I don't even want to share half of some of the stuff I say. Half of it. For real. I'm not exaggerating. But one thing they did, my mom, okay, so in this adopted family, when my mom died, or when it was known that my mom died and they notified us, me, okay, my mom had been connecting with my foster mom at the time, or the foster lady that was taking care of me. I hate calling her mom or associating her with mom or anything. But anyway, the foster lady that was taking care of me, okay, she was taking care of me, and they would dance in the living room, have fun and stuff like that. And then so much they got close, and my mom started calling her sister. So much that she wrote her name on a piece of paper on her mirror, put it in, you know how you can stick the things in the mirror, put her name and her number on a piece of paper in the mirror and said, "This is my sister." Because my mom was living in a homeless shelter while I was living in a foster home when she was alive. And she would come and visit me. And then they would connect. And I would always anticipate my mom's needs. And I knew she needed friends. And, because of what we went through before that. So I would always be outside in a way. And then my adopted mom would, report to the social worker and be like, yeah, when she comes over, she just plays outside. They don't never be close together. But my body was remembering this. Like as a 5-year-old, 4 or 5-year-old, like you're trying to anticipate a mother's needs because you see the environment and shit like that. And then somebody's misinterpreted it as like something's wrong with their bond. And that's not what it was. It's actually our bond was so good. It proves that our bond was so good that, we could coexist in the same environment. Anyway, so she would say that, okay? And then so my mom called her sister, and she even told the foster lady that if anything happened to her, because she felt the death attacks and shit like that. If anything happened to her, she would want her to take care of me, And so I held on to this, and endured the abuse after my mom passed because of that. But, God told me, or my mom even told me, she said that the only reason why, she said that because of what she knew at the time, because this lady was playing like she was a friend. And I'm living in her house. So she playing like she her friend and trying to get close to see what my mom even know. So my mom told her something that she held on to. And she wanted, whatever she told my mom, like, talented. Like I can have that, and it makes sense, you know. Like so, I've been getting into readings as well. Like a mom sold you out to the musical industry, and this foster mom will always try to convince me to sing and stuff like that. And I wasn't convinced I could even sing and stuff like that. But she told my mom something very personal to the point where she wanted to hold on to me. She was going to do anything to hold on to me, but she had to get my mom out the way. So when the coordinates came to report that my mom was found dead, she said, I don't know who that is. And then she was like, well, she said she your sister. She was like, oh, I do take care of her daughter. You know, like she was going to act like she didn't know this woman at all. And this woman called her sister. That's fucked up. But yeah, so people will do that. They'll act like they don't know you at all. So you'll be erased from history. And like I was talking about earlier, I live with this family. If the man died, a woman was involved, but the woman will be missing as well. Most of the time, they will take the woman out. And the grandma will raise the child, have custody of the child. But they always get rid of the woman or something like that. And they don't mention her, but we hold on to this loved one so preciously. And it's okay because that is your loved one. But it's like they also got affected and impacted by this incident as well. They wouldn't check on them or nothing because there was nothing to check on. We know. And a lot of these people, they try to protect their husbands within their family. They married people within a family. Then they take over these baby mamas and baby daddies' names or act like they this person so it won't look like they related and shit like that. So somebody got like somebody who could do IDs, name changes, hookups and shit like that. Take them out, God. Because it's fucking creating confusion, creating trauma, unnecessary trauma. Because sometimes you don't know where you're going. Well, actually, no. All the time, you don't know where you're going until you know where you came from. Sometimes you will wonder why a certain person treating you this type of way. You're like, I'm her blood. Why would she do me like that? Why would he do me like that? That's my blood. Why would they treat me like that? Because you're not. And they know. Just to confuse you. They will never like you like that. Because they not your blood. And you will see it. Because they take up for their blood way more. Way more. It's a total night and day difference. You're the punching bag. But they blood, they could do anything to you. Motherfucker, you can't trust around your kid. They could do anything to you. Can't trust them around your kids. You can't trust them around your kids. And some of these people you can't trust around your kids ended up being able to get custody of your kids. So I'm going to just leave it here. I'm tired of just seeing this shit, honestly. But yeah, so hopefully this message blessed you and you enjoyed it. Thank you, God and God's team, for your messages today. I hope I did you all justice. Please come back and visit me in the future. Anything you want in this reading to come true, I hope it comes true for you and for you soon. Please subscribe, join this tribe, this kingdom of God. We're building here through tarot. Yes, through tarot. All right. Bye. Have a great day or night whenever you're watching this. And kiss your kids for me, okay? Whether they're yours or not, kiss them. All right. They need it. Bye.